creating curiosity by asking better questions. This is Shed Talk. Linh Huynh, the things you know that you don't know, the unexpected story of perseverance. Linh Huynh.
Yeah, my parents have a sense of humor.
But do they ever have a sense of humor? And just as, and I say as a sense of humor, because just before we got on, I said, how do you spell the win?
Yeah, because it's H-U-Y-N-H, but like the H, U, and Y become a win. I mean, it's win, but I just say win.
So what does that mean? Is there a meaning to that?
You know what? Little known fact that you'll see this last name. It's quite a common Vietnamese last name, but it's actually the Vietnamese spelling of Wong.
Oh.
So W-O-N-G. But Linh Wong is just not as cool as Linh Huynh.
How true that is. That is so awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us on Shed Talk, and it's an honor to have you here.
Yeah, so nice to meet you.
Well, let's get right into this. What do you do?
What do I do? So I call myself a luck pusher.
A what?
A luck pusher.
What is a luck pusher?
So you know how that phrase that's like, you know how when we tell people like, don't push your luck. But what are we actually saying? Because to push your luck is, so if we look up the dictionary definition, to push your luck is to act and move forward with the expectation of success.
Okay, to act in the sense of success?
Well, you're moving forward and you're making decisions with the expectation of continued success.
Hey, take a minute and smash that subscribe button, and let's get back to the episode. Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the dictionary definition. So I just thought, why are we telling people to not do that?
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, wouldn't we want to keep pushing our limits, keep pushing our boundaries with this sense that that things are going to go well?
But why would we want to do that?
But the whole point is people always say, don't push your luck.
Right.
Right? Do you ever hear someone say Kevin, I want you to go out there and push your luck? It's always kind of like a warning of don't push your luck.
That is true. Yeah, don't push your luck. You don't do it. If you're going to do something, you better make sure that you're full in.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't push your luck. You're not going to even make it. So yeah.
So my friends gave me the nickname of luck pusher because I'm always pushing my luck.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what else do you do?
Well, I'm an ESL teacher. I work at Bow Valley College, but I stumbled upon a opportunity where the CBC was having a nationwide contest, and they invited Canadians to submit their idea of their the ultimate dream adventure. And just for kicks, I submitted that I wanted to run a marathon in Antarctica.
Oh.
Yes. And the prize was $10,000. So I'm a teacher, and it's a good living, but it's not can you afford a $16,000 race good living, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have $16,000 just lying around. But I really wanted to do this race in Antarctica. And so this is back in 2011, and they published all of the entries, which was great for a nerd like me. So I spent the entire weekend reading every single entry and realizing because in my mind, there's kind of a value that I place on certain actions, right? So I feel like if CBC was going to give you $10,000, maybe one short phrase or a sentence wasn't enough. And that's what everyone was submitting. They're like, I want to do a yoga retreat in India, or I want to cliff jump in this country. And do you know what I mean? And they were all just really short answers. And I thought, it took me all weekend to read through them, hundreds of these entries. But I thought, how come no one's making the effort to actually explain why they want to do the thing that they want to do? So I wrote that I wanted to run a marathon in Antarctica, and I was all about pushing my limits. And, the funniest thing about this is I don't actually run. I hate running. I think we're about the same generation, you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember in high school we had to do the 12-minute run?
Oh, no, that's way above my time.
Oh, come on.
Way, 12-minute run. Oh, man.
You remember, don't you?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
12-minute run.
Did you love it?
Back in the day, I did.
Okay, yeah.
Because I was a runner. So back then,
So
I was a
like,
runner.
so imagine like my friends are just, we hate it. We hate the 12-minute run. And here I am later on in life. Like I have an awesome brother who's became a runner and he encouraged me to become a runner. So yes, I did run the Calgary Marathon, but it was more because of this awesome brother that was supporting me. Like I don't actually like running. Like my favorite part about running is the meal at the end, you know? So I just boldly submitted this entry that I wanted to run a marathon in Antarctica. And then I get this email saying, congratulations, you're the winner of this prize. That's what I look like when I won. Because then, I mean, there's the integrity of it, right? Like you can't be like, well, can we renegotiate this? Can I just, sit on a beach with this $10,000? No, like you have to actually do the thing that you said that you were going to do. So here I am, a non-runner, and I was being sent to Antarctica, and I was the only only Canadian woman that year. And I had to run a marathon in Antarctica.
And how many people are participating in this race?
It's grown since, right? So that was way back in 2011. So at that time, I think there were like 30 or 40 people.
So you have 30 or 40 people racing in this, and the $10,000, did that go to actually pay for the flight to get you up there?
Yeah, so there's someone, his name is Richard Donovan, and he's like this amazing extreme runner. He's from Galway, Ireland, and he organized the race. But as I was saying at the beginning, like I'm a teacher, great living, but we don't have $16,000 sitting just to pay for a race. But $16,000 is what we would pay for the registration of this race. So forget even getting down to South America. Like we had to fly to like the southern tip of Argentina Chile, and board this like Russian plane to fly us into Union Glacier in Antarctica to run this race. But $16,000 just covers the race.
What month is that?
So it's summer in Antarctica. So it was like end of November.
End of November, okay.
Yeah.
You got 30 people, end of November, getting on this boat from Chile.
No, we went on this Russian plane. We flew in.
Okay.
Yeah. And we were like 200 kilometers from the South Pole. Like it's like advertised as like the most southern Antarctica race. And Richard Donovan is awesome. Like it all started because he went down there and had the curiosity to just run in circles and log the kilometers and officially did the marathon. And he thought, if I'm crazy enough to do this, I'm going to set this up as an organized race.
So when you're going to say, and you just mentioned about going in circles.
Yeah.
So you go to Antarctic, like how big around is that race that you're going to? You say a circle. Now, is it you're going straight out and straight back?
So I'm exaggerating, but just a little bit. Like it was, I would say we had to do 2.25 loops of this circuit.
Correct.
Yeah. So to cover the 42 kilometers. And they always want to make sure that the footing is safe because you could, if they're not checking it for the depth and this, the strength of the ice, then you could actually fall through a crevasse.
So what are you wearing? And you're not wearing like parkas and going in there.
Well, because like you're running, right? Like, right. So it's just, do you ski?
Yes.
And you like, you've lived in Calgary and like, ironically, like it wasn't any worse than what we would experience in a Calgary winter.
Oh.
So I feel like I had an advantage. And like I looked at the roster of runners and there was this couple from India and I just like, oh, this isn't going to go well. They did not understand layering. And like I had, like the base layer, the mid layer, the shell, and then another shell, and just my whole face was covered. And
so, how are you training for this?
I just ran along the Bow River. I don't know that you can call what I do running. Like it's like
fast walk.
Like not even a fast walk, just like kind of like a shuffle, a waddle.
Like a waddle, yeah. And it's just to get you going, just because you can do it, doesn't mean you can't. It means you can.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but just the runners that I met there were so, when you walk into a room, you're like, one of these things is not like the other, I met the first person I talked to, his name is Matt, and he was the runner-up of season 2 of Survivor, and I had met this other guy. He's like, "Oh, I climbed Everest," and this person had done a marathon on each continent. Like these, like you don't sign up for this race unless you're a committed.
And you have to be committed.
Yeah, like, and I'm like mentally committed, maybe. Like,
well, and that's the whole thing is whenever you're doing something, you have to have clarity. You have to have clarity in your head that there's nothing going to stop you because that's who you are at that particular time, and you're going forward, and you're making that happen. There's no why. It's just because.
Yeah, exactly. And the good thing about those races, so like if you were just doing a regular marathon in a city, for example, there are time cutoffs, just logistically, like the road closures, and then, like the police patrolling the path and stuff. Like, so I understand, like if it was happening in a city, the typical cutoff for a marathon would be like 6.5, 7 hours, because you can't close down New York, for example, for half a day, right? So the good thing about this race is I knew that there was no cutoff. There was no time cutoff. So
no darkness.
It was 24 hours of light. Yeah. And I think we actually started at midnight. Like, but so that, those two things. And like, honestly, could I let CBC down? You know what I mean? Like, and also I was running for the Children's Wish Foundation, or the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I was helping this girl live out her dream of, she had this huge nose tumor, and I was able to raise money and send her and her family to Hawaii. And, she passed shortly after that. But like, so with those things, it's, if there's no cutoff, and if it's weather that you're basically grew up in, like I grew up in Brooks, in the prairies, -30, -40 is not uncommon in the dead of winter, right? Like, so no cutoff, you're running for the sick girl, CBC's giving you $10,000 to do this. Like,
don't you find it'd be a little cheaper to run in New York than it would be in Antarctica for $10,000?
I know, but New York is for like plays and restaurants and stuff. But like it was, it just felt really cool that it was based on my writing.
Right.
That I had, I have crafted. It took me probably 10 hours to craft 200 words.
So you think about 200 words back then.
Yeah.
Okay, to craft it. Now we have AI. It takes us 13 seconds, and then all of a sudden we've crafted AI to be able to take this audition or marathon and everything just like that in a second.
Oh, gosh, I don't even know what would have happened. Yeah, like, but I just poured my heart into those 200 words, and I just felt that I couldn't fail.
Right. How many hours did it take you?
So my first marathon was Calgary, concrete, summer weather, no wind chill, shorts, t-shirt. That was 5 hours. Antarctica took me 8 hours and 44 minutes.
Well, that's not too bad, because isn't the cutoff 8 hours?
Well, the cutoff
as of a normal. What's a normal cutoff
like,
for a marathon?
Depends, like somewhere around like 7.5 or like 6.5 or 7. Honolulu has one that's like a lot more generous.
3 hours cutoff?
No. Yeah, so it was amazing. Yeah.
So you did this trip. So you've got that, and you did the race right behind you. So you're helping. And CBC just gave you like $16,000.
$10,000. Yeah, and then I.
What did that whole trip cost you as a whole? What do you figure?
Maybe 20 in the
20,000?
end. Yeah, because it's 16 for the race, well, 2,000 for the flight down there, and then 2,000 more for gear.
Are they doing that race every time now? Is this a regular race now?
It exists. Yeah.
Are you going back again?
No. Well, that's a longer story, but I did end up going back.
For a second race?
Yes.
And why did you do the second race?
So now we got to go back.
Okay.
Rewind too. So I love that your message is about curiosity, because the only reason I ended up in Antarctica was this kind of like question in my brain, like, could I actually do it? Right? Like, so I was in Antarctica. We're in these tents. We were there for about 3 nights or 3 days. There was no nights. There's no nighttime. But I finished the race, and my tent mate, Allison Hamlet, said, "You're tough." And the reason she said that is because I like to say that I came in 9th place.
Right.
Because there were 9 women. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so I,
9th in the world.
I like that.
Yeah, you're ninth in the world.
I'd like that better than
Yeah.
last place. So just having that curiosity of, well, if I survived that, I didn't lose any limbs, like nothing, no digits lost to frostbite or anything, like, but she said, you're so funny because you really gutted it out and you're clearly not a runner, right? She's like, but if you enjoyed that or if you survived that, did you know that Richard Donovan also organizes the North Pole Marathon? There's a marathon in the North Pole, which is crazy because there's no land in the North Pole.
Right. It's just cold.
No, it's just like
Yeah.
like it's just like this piece of ice floating on frozen ocean. Like there's actually no land. So I found that like so I still have all the barriers, right? Like physical barriers, huge financial barrier because they're the same price. Like so, North Pole was also $16,000. But so because I'm a luck pusher, and I'm like, and I have this firm belief that I have like a direct line to the universe. And I think that's because my family were refugees and we escaped Vietnam. And when you look at the statistics of who survived and who didn't, and when you have a family of 10, like statistically, one of us should have gone. Right. And we didn't. And I have 7 siblings. So there's 8 of us, right? 8 children, my parents, so 10 of us surviving a year in the refugee camp, being blessed and chosen, like not just to any country in the world, like not like we were there for 3 months at the refugee camp and we're like, good news, there's a country that's accepting you. You can leave tomorrow. It's East Germany. And my dad's like, no, thanks. Like, yeah. So, and he just waited. Like, so we could have technically left the refugee
So how does
camp.
that work? So, okay. So here you are, they come into, you're at a refugees camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like I don't know because I have no idea. And this is where this comes into play.
Yeah.
You got to choose from which country to go to.
No, not at all.
No. Okay.
Yeah. So like but if there were countries open that were willing to accept anyone, then you can choose if you can, you know what I mean? Like you can choose to accept or decline that invitation. Correct. But choosing as we couldn't just say like, we want Canada, right? Which my father did. Like he had his top 3 were Canada, Australia, and the US. But I love that he turned down this opportunity to go to technically a Western country, technically, right? Like, and so we ended up staying there for a year in this refugee camp. And then we got sponsored by this church in Brooks, which is insane because you go from this tropical island refugee camp and we landed in Edmonton in January.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was totally shocking. And like Edmonton would have been fine because it's kind of, like a metropolis. There's amenities. No. And then you get all your medical testing and everything. And they like gave us a whole bunch of winter gear and like put us on a Greyhound. Remember when they used to have Greyhounds?
Greyhound, yes.
Like, took this 5-hour bus and ended up in Brooks. And my mom, I remember like my mom stepped off the bus and looked around and she's like, I think I'll take my chance. I should have taken my chances at the refugee camp.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's just like, I don't know if you know Brooks.
I know Brooks very well.
Yeah, it's like this kind of barren landscape. And
the Lakeside Inn and the industry in Brooks. Because I used to live in Brooks for about two years and in the radio station Q way back in the day, Q13.
Okay. Oh, we love Q13.
So way back then with Q13, understanding. Brooks was a beautiful city. Like I loved it. There's lots to do there, but
I still think I had a magical childhood. So, but I was saying, like, I feel like I have a direct line to the universe because of what my dad constantly told me, like, about that. Just remember, by the time you were 5 years old, you had already done the hardest thing you would ever do.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, everything will feel like nothing. So, and he said, like, do you know how lucky you are? And there was a phrase that just like kind of resonated in my brain, like, do you know how lucky you are? Do you know, like, so my mission in life was to test, like to quantify, to like solve like a math problem, like how lucky am I? Mm-hmm. So I finished this race in Antarctica. Again, still have the physical challenges. I'm not a runner. And the financial challenges, because I don't have another $16,000. So I had spent Oh, so CBC paid for 10. The whole thing cost about 20. So I had already spent $10,000. So I came home and my friends were like, well, what are you going to do, luck pusher? I'm like, I'm going to keep pushing my luck. I'm like, what does that look like to you? I'm like, well, if I won one contest, what's to say that I can't win another one? And then a few months later, there was another one, $10,000,
And you won that one.
Kellogg's. And it was, yeah, your ultimate active pursuit. So yeah, we had to submit our idea of what our ultimate active pursuit would be. And the prize was $10,000 to be used towards whatever you proposed. So I said, well, I was ninth in the world. I got ninth place.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
totally. Yeah.
right? It's all about wording. It's semantics.
There might be two people to this race, and I'm second in the world. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're the only one, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, like, I got ninth place in this really extreme race, and I had an Antarctica, and I would really love to challenge myself in the north. And it wasn't just a Canadian competition because Kellogg's is right. So like this, now I was up against anyone from North America.
How many words?
Very few.
So that they say 200 word limit, and then this is what it is, and then you had to put that together.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I won. And here I am, someone who doesn't run, and now I'm going to head to the North Pole.
With the same guy.
Yeah, Richard Donovan.
And Richard knows you now. You won the first one and you run the second one. Now it's not about pushing your luck. It's about you're on the awards bandwagon. You better be writing every single thing that happens out there about what you can do and change the world on every little thing.
Yeah.
You're writing your own narrative.
I know. So when that was a much harder race. Just harder footing. The loop was smaller because they wanted us. It was I think like a 4.7 kilometer loop because they didn't want us too far from the base camp because of the threat of polar bears.
Right.
So we had to do that, I believe, like 9 times or something. And lucky me, there were 5 women. So you know where this is going.
Yeah, you're number top 6. 100% top 6 in the world of Antarctica.
I was like
North Pole.
5th place. That's a strong showing. So now I'll go from I can't finish the 12-minute run to I have a 9th place finish and a 5th place finish in 2 of the world's hardest races.
That is awesome.
I know.
So have you taken that experience, that what you've done there with the 2, and the biggest thing what I'm hearing is it's not about the race.
No.
The race is just the course of the action.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's actually building the actual, I can do it all.
Yeah.
All you have to do is put that out and write the narrative.
Yeah.
How many have you done after that?
So this is where curiosity, I just, when I saw what you speak about and what you're passionate about, like it just so resonates with me because like I would never stand on a stage at a conference and be like, I'm here to inspire you for excellence. Like, no, I'm here to just inspire you. Like I'm here to make you curious about what's possible because let me tell you, as a non-runner finishing these races, right? So I'm at this race, I finish, and I stupidly say, at the finish line, as crossing it, I say, that was totally reasonable. And then this man, his name's Ali Webby, heard me say this. And Antarctica took 8 hours, 44 minutes. North Pole, because it was -33. Like sometimes knee-deep snow in some spots. Like it was, because it's going to be well-trodden because it's a smaller loop. So it's like, it's like sunken snow and just uneven footing and stuff. But North Pole took me 10 hours, 44 minutes.
Well, it's only a day.
Yeah, it's a long day at work.
Yeah.
But that's why Ali thought it was so funny because he's like, he's one of the top runners in his country. And he's like received essentially the presidential medal from Lebanon for all his like philanthropy. And he's just an awesome guy. And he's standing there watching me say this, like, that was totally reasonable. He's like, you thought that was reasonable? Like, I'm like, no, I just, like, hold on. I just mean that, like, I finished. Right. And I still have all my digits, And he said, okay, because if you think that was reasonable, clearly cold doesn't bother you. Have you heard of the 4 deserts? I'm like, no, what's that? And he's like, go home, Look up the Four Deserts. And the Four Deserts is a series of ultra marathons that are 250 kilometers. And they're in 3 hot deserts of the world.
Right.
And if you can complete 2 of the 3 hot deserts, then you get an invitation to go to what they call the last desert, which is Antarctica.
Oh.
So when I first read this on the website, I was like, huh. And so you can like look at previous results and you can filter
Right.
countries and genders. So I was like, just Canadian women finishers of this series. And as soon as I found out that no Canadian woman had finished the series, I'm like, well, that's it.
And did you do it?
Do you want the answer or do you want to like?
I want the answer.
Yes.
And when you did it,
Yeah.
so you've done the first race, Antarctic.
Yeah.
Second race, the North Pole.
Yeah.
Third race
was in Jordan, but it was 200. Remember, like I struggled just to finish one marathon.
Yeah, that's okay.
Jordan was so the format is that it's over 7 days, and for the first 4 days, you run a marathon, and you like it's self-supported, so you carry all your food, your gear. The only thing that they give you is water and optional medical attention, but at the checkpoints, which are spread out about 15 kilometers apart.
Hey, take a minute and smash that subscribe button, and let's get back to the episode.
So, in every time that you're doing this,
Yeah.
you're getting better.
I'm getting more stubborn, I guess. Yeah, sure. But it's the desert is. Have you tried to walk up a sand dune? It feels like 1 step forward, 2 steps back, right? Just like, ugh. So it was really challenging, and you're facing like 30, 40 degrees, and you're out there all day, and you're carrying everything, and then hoping that you can ration your water enough to like make it to the next checkpoint where you can get more water.
So once you got there, and how many, and you finished it?
So I finished Jordan, but so for me it was like it was never about the running. Like you said, it's like it's the races are something that I've completed, but the thing that I'm more proud of, what luck pusher means is that I continued to look for those opportunities. Like, so in my mind, I was like, okay, so I won the CBC and then I won Kellogg's. But is there more out there? Because I'm still going to be a teacher. I'm not like a serial entrepreneur like you are. Like, I'm a teacher, humble living, like these desert races are not cheap. Like they're like 5,000 US and all the gear and the travel, So I was like, there's got to be a way. Like, there's got to be a way because if I, a non-runner, can win these contests. And so because I really feel like direct line to the universe, I was like, okay, universe, send me a contest.
And that was through a contest.
And the universe sent me the next contest because I really wanted to do these 4 deserts. So like I say 5,000, but 5,000 each for the 3 hot deserts. So Jordan, the Gobi, and then Atacama, which is in Chile. But the series is called 4 Deserts. The Antarctic one would have been a multi-day race in Antarctica, and that was again $16,000. So this whole endeavor would have been somewhere like for all the travel and all the registration fees, like it would have been between like $40,000 and $50,000.
So if anybody were to ask you what your superpower is,
yeah,
what's your superpower?
Curiosity.
So curiosity.
Yeah.
Now let's dig down deeper because now you've got curiosity that you had all these races.
Yeah.
You went in and there has to be a way for me to get from here to here.
Yeah.
The universe is going to give me this.
The universe is going to give me this.
If I say it, I become it. I'm all that.
Yeah. If I say it, I become. Can I high five that?
Hi, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah. If I say it, I become it. And so the next contest was duct tape.
Oh, great name for a contest.
Well, everyone uses duct tape, right?
Yes.
Like, so again, like before I went to the North Pole, like I had actually, like, I wrote to all of like the Nike, Arc'teryx, Patagonia, like any kind of outdoorsy kind of like, hey, like if I finish the North Pole, I'll be the first Canadian woman to do like the North and South and I was like, yeah, I'll be like the first bipolar runner, like, and just trying to get their interest in this. And all of them refused. Like, they're just like, we can't support someone who is not actually a runner. Like that, we need the results to back up what you're saying. And so that's why if I couldn't get the sponsorship of these traditional kind of
companies,
then that's why I would like duct tape was so funny, because their contest was tell us how duct tape saved the day.
Oh, that's an easy one.
I know
I live by duct tape.
So I said that how like during transport and like my gear bag during transport into Antarctica, like that the goggles, the tinting layer had shattered, and I didn't want to get snow blindness, so like I had to like take duct tape and just like leave myself like a little sliver of light to see through. But once again, like they had all the entries, and I'm telling you, Kevin, like the people that entered this I didn't think I deserved it. Let's just say that. Like there was this guy that was like, I was mountain biking, and then a really sharp branch caught my side, and it split my torso open. Like there was like this 1 inch, like a 1 foot gash. It was about 1 inch deep. Oh. And I duct taped my torso and like rode back to the hospital, like that kind of stuff, right? And I'm just like,
yeah, but that's medical duct tape.
Yeah. But I was like, honestly, give it to that guy, right? Like,
yeah.
So the prize was 1,000, which
and a roll of duct tape.
As a lifetime supply of duct tape.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know what, 1,000 is not 10,000, but who knows? Because I feel like, it's just to get my foot in the door, so to speak, right? So I won this. The director of marketing and some other like media specialists, we got on this conference call, and they're like, we've Googled you, and like you've done some really awesome stuff. Like, do you have anything else planned? And I was like, boy, do I ever. And then I told them that I wanted to pursue the 4 deserts.
Right.
And then I said, I wanted to figure out a way to align what I was doing with how awesome their product is. And I was like, well, like your product, I will always stick to it. And they loved it. We support you.
It's a total good brand.
Right?
Yeah.
So like they helped me get through the desert, and supported one of the races. And then I just had this idea that the way that I was going to get to the finish line was just to keep winning contests. And then I won through Husqvarna. Because do you have any Husqvarna equipment?
No.
No,
like, I know what you mean, but yeah.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
So, but what is Husqvarna known for?
I'm thinking of farm equipment.
Yeah, but like really good, strong, right? Like it's like if there's a project that other machines can't handle, that one is strong enough to do whatever you need, right? Yeah. So they were having a contest where you had to share how you challenged the impossible. And everyone was writing about like, there I was, and I had this awesome chainsaw, and I managed to fell this tree, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so
of the product itself, not about the activity that you can do.
No. So I wrote about the activity. I was like, okay, so in all honesty, like I've never owned a Husqvarna product, but it's more the mindset.
Well, it's kind of like Red Bull.
Yeah. Right?
So, yeah.
So I was like, oh, I will tell you how I challenged the impossible. I'm a non-runner, and and then so like Husqvarna became a sponsor, and that's how I ended up finishing the 4 deserts.
So then after the 4 deserts, anything else after that?
Well, that's when I retired from running. Like I was like, this is ludicrous.
So you're going to take up swimming next. Next is swimming.
I don't know.
Yeah. So on this whole journey and everything that you do, and we'd asked earlier regarding your biggest superpower. Yeah. And what's interesting about this and listening to you, and it's an amazing story, is the superpower as a life lesson is about taking things that you can do just about anything you want. You put your mind to it. Mm-hmm. But there's a life hack here. Yeah. And the life hack was that if you don't put yourself out there to write, here's the awards bandwagon, to write that story, to say, hey, I'm going to go after this. How many people actually go after and write their story
Yeah.
and get the sponsorship.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing how many people probably don't do that. And you
Exactly.
just hit it.
Yeah. And that's why that's why my friends call me luck pusher, because it's just like, you're just out there. Like, the thing that you entered for House Runner doesn't actually even align with what they actually wanted as their entry, right? And just always pushing your luck, like always finding a way.
Would you
always-
actually call it your luck, or is it actually to actually push who I truly am and who I'm
Yeah.
going to be and
Exactly.
who I am? Because
Yeah.
that's who you are.
Yeah.
As defining you. I wouldn't say you're lucky at all.
Yeah.
You're
Thank you.
strategically placed, everything that you've done strategically, because you knew exactly what you wanted,
Mm-hmm.
how you were going to get it, and the outcome became who you are.
Yeah. And I love that you said that. Like, I know who I am and I know how I wanted to get it, but like, there's still those moments of uncertainty where like every night I'm like, come on, universe, send me a contest. Like, and sometimes it takes months to appear, right? And just like that faith of, can you stay the course of your dreams when the timeline in your head doesn't match the timeline of reality? Like, the universe has a different schedule for you, right?
And it comes down to, as from experience sharing, is all about consistency. Trust the process.
Trust the process. And there's nothing that resonates stronger. Like, it's just, I'm not religious. Like, we weren't raised with a religion, and I teach ESL students who come from countries that are deeply religious. Like, and when they find out that I'm not religious, I always say, well, everyone has a religion. My religion is same as you. It's faith and hope and kindness, and it's all there. Like, it's just packaged under a different thing. Like, I do believe that the universe has all our backs, that we are extraordinarily supported, but you have to ask for it and you have to put in the effort and like take those risks. So the funny story is, like, imagine every morning in the desert, I'm tired because I've just run a marathon the day before, and you're asking me to do it again today, and then again tomorrow, and then again the next day. And then on day 5, you have to do a double. On day 5, you have to run like 80 to, But I remember at the start line and you can like ask any of the runners that were in any of these races with me, I was always crying. Every morning crying. And like, they were so nice that they would like take turns. They're like, oh God, she's crying again. Okay, who's going to talk to her this morning? Like, who's going to give her that pep talk? Kevin, I was crying every morning.
Crying because of joy or crying
No.
because of fear?
Fear. Yeah. Every morning. And to the point where I remember one of the top 10 runners, and you have the entire week to prove yourself, right? Like, it's like maybe you're 10th one day, like those guys are going to try extra hard on day 2 to break the top 10, and like, super competitive guys. But I remember hearing one of them saying to the other guy, like, she's always crying. I don't know why she's here. And then one of the organizers would say, like, that she's like fully sponsored, like.
And that's what the greatest things about this is, because the things that you don't know. And here's this lady comes into this whole thing. She's bawling her ass off.
And like kind of not the build of an ultra runner, like kind of chubby, kind of average.
But this is where the greatest thing comes in, is that people take note of you, is that all of a sudden here's a girl who's fully sponsored and been able to do this because she can. You guys are all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
You know what? What are they missing? Mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Hey, take a minute and smash that subscribe button, and let's get back to the episode.
Good for you. That is a great story to listen to and see how that grows. If you were to say one thing and it doesn't have to be entrepreneurs, it could be life experience. Mm-hmm. It's young people, a takeaway of greatness. That one thing that one person needs, that one tidbit or that one nugget that someone should truly do. Because where you came from, where you're going, the life hack, getting the sponsorship, that in itself is amazing.
The sponsorship for an athletic event, that's, But
what's that one thing that you would tell somebody to do?
I would say, whether you're, religious or not, like, that's not even the point, but I feel that we were not put on this earth to live an ordinary life. Like, I think we are blessed and challenged with the capacity and the will to choose our challenges and go further than we can possibly imagine.
And there is no limitations to anything that we
There
do.
really isn't.
Awesome. Well, you know what, Lynn? Thank you very much for being on Shed Talk. How was your first experience on Shed Talk?
I love it. I'd
Awesome.
come back. Yep.
Thank you very much, and have a great life, Lynn. Thank you.
Now you know. Shed Talk.